making fried apple pies, as seen here. There are a couple ingredients we definitely need. We'll be using some jumbo canned biscuits, and we'll be using a can of apple pie filling.
These are the apples. I put them, myself I prefer heating them in the microwave, but you can also do it on the stove. I added some extra cinnamon, stir it in, I put it in the microwave for about 2 minutes, and when you get ready to fill the biscuits, once I get them rolled out, just actually select the slices out because there's going to be a lot of extra syrup in these. Make sure you have your rolling pin floured. And again, we're using jumbo biscuits. Make sure you've got plenty of flour, and I have a little cup of flour that I set to the side, and you'll need a little cup of water. And this is to help seals up the biscuit once you get it filled and get ready to fry. So the first thing I'll do is actually get some biscuit flour ready for the biscuit here. And I just kind of roll it this way. Kind of mash it out with my hand a little bit because I'm not that good at rolling. So I'll start the rolling process, and it'll go kind of like this. And I want the dough more, not so much round, but more in an oblong shape. It's just easier to fill. And once I get the shape that I really want, then I'll actually take my fingers and kind of work it out to where I have, the oblong shape. So once you've got that, I'll usually turn it over, make sure that it's not sticking. And then I'll start filling the dough up. And again, just dig the slices out. And I place them not in the middle, but more to this front side. And you kind of judge as to how many slices you'll need to make the pie have some apples inside it. If you can, as you get ready to fold it over, just pull it out. A lot of times the dough has a tendency to start going back into its original shape. So you'll need this. So just take the dough, fold it over. I forgot to seal it with the water. And just run your finger around the edges. And this just helps seal it up. Now, we'll do our sealing, crimping with our fork, dipped in flour. Try not to get too far into the pie because you'll start cutting holes in the... You take it and we place these in another plate. I have one already that I've done, and just place it in the plate. It has some flour on it, and I try to just I usually do 2 at a time. I use a smaller skillet. It's easier to control just 2. And the next step now is to take these and I'll start the frying process. What I do is when I have the oil, I get my oil in the pan. Now I'm not deep frying, you can, however I'm not. Also you can use electric skillet. And when I add the oil, I just drop a few flakes of flour in. And if it starts like it's frying, then I figure the temperature's about right. So when I put the pie in, the round part I put to the outside of the skillet. And they'll burn real quick, so you have to really keep an eye on them. And you'll need a turner and a fork to get these to turn over. And we'll let them fry a little bit, then I'll flip them, and then I'll show you that you stand them on the end to make sure this fold part here actually has a crust on it also. And I flipped that, and you can see why I need a fork and the spatula. So I've turned them. These need to be a little bit darker, but I'll flip them again. I'm just kind of showing you how I'm going to get these. And once they get a crust on both sides, they'll stand up. And you can get the fold part, which is right here, you can get that crispy too. So, That one's standing on its end, and we'll get this one to do the same thing. So let's lay this one back, and you can also see that that one is fried on the end. So we'll get some more color here on these two. And they will puff up. So the thinner your dough is when you make the pie, the better it is. It gives it the ability to cook all the way through. Because if you don't roll it thin enough, it'll actually be a little bit gummy around the fruit. Well, these two are ready now, and we'll take them out. Here we have some of the pies fried, and I'm actually going to put some powdered sugar on the top, and that's mainly for decoration. To me, it doesn't really add anything to the taste, but maybe it looks a little bit better. And we've eaten these pies right away, or even waited a couple days. I find that just maybe putting they'll be okay without refrigeration, but they are better as they're cooked.
Okay, so apple fried pies, and if you've watched my videos before, you know that's not been my voice talking. That's actually my mom that's been the fried pie expert today. So she finished her first video.